should do is I'll get in the small one and see if I can get it to move in the right direction. So there is some issue with this map, the mods I'm running, and this tractor, where this tractor, a couple of episodes I took to parking it face into the wall. I'm done with this, I'll just park it here. And so to get out of where it was parked, I had to reverse it, which, okay, that's not a problem. But then once it was in reverse, it would not select forward at all. So that was a little bit of a problem. And basically I had to restart the game in order to get it to work properly. And obviously, because I'd reversed it into something and my only option at that point, when I restarted the game, I had to go forwards, and it goes forwards no problem. But it does have this issue. Let's do that. So now that I've taken to parking it with its back against the wall, the only option is forwards, and it's not having an issue then selecting reverse and then going back into forwards. However, it's the only tractor I've got that does that. And what I might end up doing is selling it and replacing it with something different. Now, I do have the Case Farmall C series thing, small tractors, Case C series, Farmall C series. This is very, very slightly more horsepower than that John Deere. The only problem I can see with it is it's a lot lighter. So it's not going to be able to pick up as many bales as my John Deere can. This looks like as good a place as any to come in here, and hopefully steering assist, show lines. Okay. So yeah, thoughts are, as I say, I could get the Farmall. I'm not using the John Deere for much in the way of horsepower work. I'm really using it just for picking up bales, collecting bales, feeding animals, that type of thing. So I don't really need it for, as I said, for the horsepower. But I do like it for its weight capacity. It's a big, heavy tractor, heavy frame, long frame. So I can pick things, you can lift things with that front loader, which I fear something like the Case Farmall would have a little bit of an issue with. And for big work, I've got this tractor and a Case Puma. This tractor has the most horsepower on the farm. The Puma has slightly less. But it's all good. Might have to think about picking up the stones at some point, but right now, my tests have not shown that stones are that serious of a problem. They do decay, they do result in equipment needing maintenance more frequently, but frankly not that significantly. And obviously, yeah, stuff that doesn't have an engine doesn't actually cost that much to repair. So it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that expensive to fix the stuff that is increased decay, maintenance issues, whatever you want to call it. So we will get this field ploughed today, or ripped today, so that we can saving content. So yeah, you can see we are eliminating the need to plough. Oh, however, of course, one thing I forgot to do was, and this is going to cost me a little bit of money, purchase soil information, 3,000, that's not too bad. This one, we will purchase soil information, 2,045, 450, and we will purchase soil information. Yes. We have some very pretty looking soil, sandy loam and salty clay. Well, it is what it is, but it's better than nothing. So, of course, my next dilemma is going to be, what do I want to plant in all of these fields? My thought is I will be doing probably sorghum. I won't be doing corn this year. I will be doing soybeans. And yeah, with just the two arable fields, I was thinking I would do sorghum and I would do soybeans, replacing the wheat and the corn. But that said, I've now got 3 more fields. I did notice I'm going through the straw a little bit quickly, and you can only get straw once a year. Rather than having to pay for it, it kind of makes sense to just grow a little bit of wheat just to create the straw for the cows and the horses. And those are the only animals I have straw needs for. So that might be, maybe 1 or 2 of these fields might be wheat. So I get straw and more food for the chickens. The thing is if I grow sorghum, I do believe the horses eat sorghum and so do the chickens. So that makes things a little bit more what's the word for it? More flexible. Yeah, I'm growing one thing and I can feed 2 animals with it. That's kind of a goodly plan. Let's have a look at that and see. So horses will eat hay, oats and sorghum. So I had to buy some oats from the store this year. But they'll eat sorghum. And then if we go and have a look at chickens, it really doesn't say, but I think chickens eat sorghum. So what I can do is if I grow a field of sorghum, I can give it to the horses. I can try and give it to the chickens. If the chickens accept it, then I don't actually need wheat as a food source for my animals, and we can sell it somewhere else. How good is that as a plan? At the moment, wheat is, it's not the greatest of prices. We get more value from corn per litre. And at the moment, the best place to sell it is on the train. Well, we now know how the train works, so that's an option going forward. Although it did take us a little while. Excuse me. It's Vision665, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Saturday stream. And hey, he has a voice. Don't necessarily know if that's a thing, but my time on Discord is generally limited. While I have it on all the time, I do not generally chat with many people on there. It's not an app I use too often anymore. I don't have the time for it most of the time. Okay. As for rules of Discord, I do not go on Discord while I'm streaming. I will go on Discord later and check things out. So I will look you up on Discord after the stream is finished. But the problem is Discords, I have to do it by hand, typing stuff, and I can't type stuff and play a game at the same time. And this is my relaxing time. So Saturday morning, everybody is in bed sleeping, although it's only Mrs. Osa at the moment. And usually if the kids come over, they're up in the morning. They don't sleep in, but teenage Osa, when she lived here, did sleep in. So Saturday morning it's my time. I get up, I can relax, take time away from the week. I don't have to go and do anything, or it's just time to relax and chill out. Today, quite literally on a snowy farm. But I don't entertain distractions of Discord while I've done it. I've tried it once or twice. No, it doesn't work. Not a good plan. It detracts from the stream. It detracts from my relaxation. So, as I said, I will check out Discord later today when I'm not streaming. Did I look at the store lately? Yes, the weeder. So what else is going on the farm? So we started with, as you saw, horses, chickens, sheep, goats, cows. I think we have multiple flavors of cows. They're all milk producers. So I am... Oops. Keep going. We'll take a look back at the cows in a second. Lower the thing, do that, and cows. We have, yes, we have Holsteins and we have Swiss. And they're all milk producers, so I don't need to sell them. These are, we've got 10 of 10, 10, 10. With the sheeps, we have 10 of each. Oh, no, we just had some new sheeps. Actually, we might have had 2 sets of new sheeps. And some goats. So we've got 2 flavors of sheep, 1 flavor of goats. And then horses, we just have 5. 5. And, oops, chickens, we just have Interesting. I don't know why we only got 40 in the first month and then 49 from then onwards. Unless we've had some coyotes around eating our chickens. Which Missouri is always a possibility. Anyway, we will carry on striping up this field. So the theory behind leaving a gap on each row is I don't have to faff around each end, reversing and going forwards to get lined up on the next row over. Plus, using GPS, the rows are exactly the width of the subsoiler apart, so I'm not wasting time. If you don't have some way of telling how far over each row is, you can end up overlapping rows or leaving a tiny sliver that you need to go back and do. And the result of that is you're not really saving any time. But doing it this way, I can lift that up, turn around, get lined up and drop it back down again. And there we go. Don't have to shift gears. So, game time coming up to lunchtime. We do play at 3 times speed with 4-day seasons. So effectively each game day is a week. I kind of like that. 3 times means that over the course of a 3-hour stream, 9-hour day, we have 9 hours of in-game time passage if I don't sleep or speed things up a bit. But now at this moment, the farm is so small, although the individual fields are a little bit big. But we don't have a lot of farm here, so we're not. A 3-hour stream gets most of the jobs done on the farm. So January, I'm actually going to look at weather. It's not a panel I check too frequently. February you can plant cotton. Now cotton is an option, but it's not a harvesting option at this point. We don't have the money for it. But we've missed the barley, we've missed the canola planting seasons. We will be not doing corn, got the grass planted. We can do rice, that is a crop in Missouri. We can do sorghum, soybeans, wheat, corn and cotton. So I tend to try and keep to crops that are produced in the area that the map depicts. So I did look up what crops are a thing in Missouri. I did miss a little bit of that. I might have problem with. So for the most part, as I said, we're going to be doing long grain rice, sorghum, soybeans, cotton, corn, wheat, and some sorghum. Which is, apart from possibly the wheat and the sorghum, they are mostly crops I don't frequently do anything with. I'm also thinking I might want sugar beets. And I can get into sugar beets quite cheaply with some tractor equipment. I might do that in one of those small fields. Don't know about this one. Probably one of the long ones on the other side of the road. I might put some sugar beets in one of those. Because horses need root crops. And so, yeah, that might be a good plan. And sugar beet. The other thing is sugar beets are quite a lucrative crop. They produce, they're not individually, they're not valuable, but their volume is such that you can seriously get overwhelmed. They take a lot to ship. Now, I don't actually have to create that much. Just occurred to me my truck might not be able to haul them. And I don't have I would have to buy, I've got a planter, so that's fine. I would have to buy a topper and harvester, both of which can be tractor hauled. And then I might need a new cart to haul them in, because I don't think my truck cart will haul them. We will check on that as soon as I've finished doing the short rows at this end. I'm going to have a look at my truck trailer. I think it's mostly grain type crops that truck can haul. So yeah, we'll take a look at that, see how it's going. Oh. Alrighty. There. Again. Well, I suppose the good thing here is the ground temperature is actually 35, so the ground is not frozen, at least the surface. So I'm not going to turn GPS on for this bit. All right. Well, it sounds like Mrs. Osa's up because her cookie making friend is up already. Anyway, we are getting rid of the plowed state on it, or needs plowed state. Now, yeah, even though I'm playing precision farming, one of the things I am doing is I chase crop yield, not environmental score. Environmental score is a bonus, but part of precision farming is you get better efficiency for things like fertilizer and other stuff. It's not like you have to dump a whole cart of fertilizer on a field to get a stage of fertilization. If you are planting canola, you need to dump 2 carts of fertilizer on the field. If you're planting sunflowers or barley, you need 1/10 of a cart of fertilizer on the field. So it swings and roundabouts. Plus, you can mitigate your use of expensive fertilizer by throwing slurry and manure on a field, which will boost the nitrogen levels and won't cost you anything in expensive product. I guess the other thought about getting the farm all is it would give me 2 small tractors. If I'm going into sugar beet harvesting, you are not going that way, dude. Why would you even think that was... Oh, man. That was the direction I wanted to go in. Okay. Good. So yes, I could look at getting something like the Case Farmall, and then having a small tractor that I can use for sugar beets, as well as front loader work, and lifting multiple heavy bales. I can always fall back on the John Deere, and then if the John Deere boils down to a surplus to requirements, we can always get rid of it later. And round we go. So drop that, put that down, and off we go. And I want to look at our trailer. Carts. Semi-trailers. There we go. I have that one. I just noticed there's that one too. That's the one I have. That's the one that came up for sale. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans, things, rice. I think that's fertilizers and seeds. So it won't do sugar beets, and neither will the auger. So I am going to have to, if I get into sugar beets, we are going to need at least a small trailer to do that. Now, meanwhile, with the sugar beets, beet harvesters, not that. Potato planters. So beet harvesters. Sugar beets and red beets. Is that sugar beets? Yes. That's interesting. So the tractor hauled sugar beet things. What's that? That's the defoliator. That's 215 horsepower. That's 280 horsepower. These are way bigger than the old tractor hauled things. See, the tractor hauled things used to be sort of this sort of price and this sort of horsepower.